was thinking about this morning about that we're like 6 to 8 weeks into this pandemic. It's a long time for all of us to be at home and kind of out of our usual routines. And listening to folks this week, I mean, it was very clear that there were a lot of emotions that are rolling around, a whole range of them. You know, fear and anxiety, anger, loneliness, grief, depression, confusion. And all of them are big emotions with big energies that go with them. And they're all legitimate. They all have a right to be there. Whatever you're feeling has a right to be there. It's a learning to allow them to be there, but they have a right to be there. And for our own welfare, and I would say for the people around us, it would be good for us to know what's there, so we can learn how to hold it well. Right? If I don't know anger's around, I may just speak out of that and hurt some other person and hurt myself, right? And learning how to hold them, there's a whole art to that, like learning how to hold these emotions. But what's really nice is to begin to think about how they're held, like that they're, as Bill was saying yesterday, the function of concentration is to calm and soothe. It's a great relief that we have a practice that can steady attention in such a way that it can bring about some relief. And that we can feel more comfortable in our skin, learn how to quiet those disturbing energies, learn how to quiet them down. And that's what attention concentration does. It's a way of steadying attention, steadying it to into a particular location, and a particular location or place. And in so doing, we start to quiet down. The body starts to quiet down, settle down. We feel less stressed. And we can begin to start to notice that we can catch our breath. And that we're able to see a little bit more clearly. And that we might even be able to, from this sort of quieter, more settled place, be able to consider what we might do differently or next. So training attention in this way, like training it to land in a particular location and stabilize there, is a really useful tool. It's a tool that we train in the practice of mindfulness. But what we need to steady attention and to bring about some calm presence of mind varies depending upon how we feel in any given moment, or depending upon what we're doing. For example, if I'm in a crowded room and kind of overwhelmed by the sea of people, and I can't even see the other side. In order for me to navigate that, I might have to narrow the focus of my attention to just a few feet in front of me that allows me to navigate a little path through people. Likewise, if it's not quite a crowded room, but there's people in it, it might be easier for me to open up, and because I can see the distance, I can see the other side of the room, I might be able to go wide and see what a path is, see if I can find the path. If I've been sitting in front of the computer screen all day, focusing my attention this way, and when I focus my attention this way, everything gets kind of contracted down and, tight. Well, it might, steadying attention might be that I take a break and I open up the aperture to look at the sky, and take a few breaths and begin to soften that field of attention such that I can do a little bit more with it. It's a little bit more pliable. So what is needed to steady attention varies depending upon how we are. But what we're doing is, in order to do that, one must feel into the experience itself and sense like, how is it in there? And what would be useful to begin to bring about a bit more balance and a bit more steadiness? To think about this on the cushion, because to me it's whether we're on the cushion or off the cushion, it really matters not. But can I notice, like if I'm on the cushion, if the mind is really busy and with upsetting thoughts, where would be a useful place to place my attention? Maybe it might be the breath, quieting the breath down, bringing it to a narrower focus of attention. Maybe that's too narrow though. Maybe it might be useful for me, if the mind is really scattered, that I give it a slightly wider pasture to attend to. So I just open it up just enough to sense the body sitting here. And I just rest attention on the whole body sitting here and let the wild horses run around inside the body. Maybe it still feels like it's too restless, even just noticing my body. I'm still kind of jazzed up. Maybe I need to open the aperture wide open. And for that, I might rest my attention on ears, on the ear door, on sound, just ambient sound. What's happening around me? The space around me, and I can sense, oh, all of this jazziness inside is sitting here, out here, right here. And I rest my attention out here. Where we place attention matters, depending upon how we feel, and we have to experiment with that. And so what I thought today is actually we might play with this in our meditation practice about playing with zooming in really closely with the breath, if we wanted to kind of narrow the attention and see what the results are of that, or zooming out to sort of the mid-level field of the body and feeling the space of the whole of the body that's holding whatever's happening inside. Or if that feels like too much, or if the body is in too much pain, opening the field of attention to sound, to the ear door. So between those three, you can play with your wind instrument and figure out what helps this to calm down and settle down.